pounds from Chicago, Illinois, he is the inevitable Jake Sterling!
Jake Sterling, graduate of the WWE Training Center, coming to the ring with one heck of a look of intensity on his face.
And his opponent, weighing in at 230 pounds from Poughkeepsie, New York, he is the Kickstarter, Jacob Guile!
Jacob Guile, very unique individual. We saw giving the shout out there to Zach Romero. Of course, 3 years in the sport here. Guile, a regular on Proving Ground, especially when Proving Ground was truly a Proving Ground. No bright lights, no fancy cameras. Guile was there, of course. Then he was called Shadows, but his argument is he's out of the shadows now, whatever that means, Zach.
I was going to say, seeing him, this is the first time I've gotten to see Jacob in such a long time. It feels like he's literally come out of the crypt to compete again.
When he was a rookie, he made it to the finals of the Proving Ground Rookie Tournament. Of course, here's Jake Sterling, a man who's finishing up his rookie year in the sport. Sterling's looked phenomenal here in the World Wrestling Network. However, these two big bulls kind of locked horns as part of the 24 Garrett Gold Opportunity Knox Rumble. Laying the groundwork for this matchup here tonight. And of course, Jake Sterling in a #1 contenders match 1 month ago at the Tradition Continues 2021, coming up short against Mike Orlando. You definitely saw not just disappointment from Sterling, but an approach from Coach Kidman offering some tutelage. We'll find out if Jake decides to take it.
Well, here's the thing that I'm absolutely loving about the state of ACW in 2021. We have so much young, hungry talent who is just absolutely clawing their way up to the top spot in not only this company, but in the state, in this region. We have so much potential here, and I can't think of two better examples of potential in this business than the two Jakes we're looking at the ring right now.
And Jacob Guile trying to control the wrist here of Sterling, but Sterling, quick escape, taking down Guile. It's not often you see a man as bigger than Jake Sterling. Jacob Guile, I dare say, has at least the height advantage, probably not the weight advantage. You know better than me on that one.
Well, here's the thing that I find terribly interesting. These two behemoths walk into this place, and it's like the air escapes the room. They tower over so many of the fans here, so many of the people here, and yet they look each other in the eye, and you see not traditional wrestling from these two.
Wait, yeah, thought forcing the pin.
I will say, very impressive maneuvering, very impressive technical work, reversals. They are showing that there is a lot to these two fighters, that they're not just big men here to throw their weight around, but that doesn't mean respect comes with the cards.
Guile might be celebrating a little early after that slap. Big right hand, return fire from Jake Sterling, and Guile may have to think twice before he tries to throw another slap at Sterling. Sterling, what agility on that leapfrog. Drop kick as well, taking down Guile.
Now my concern with Sterling going into this was after going against somebody like Mike Orlando. That's a big position to be in, especially when you're still in your rookie year. And you always worry about situations like that going to a competitor's head. Sometimes these rookies, they come into this business and they think that the world owes them something. But I gotta say, Sterling is right on target. Powerhouse, focus, that's not something that comes often in a rookie.
Yeah, but you saw Guile there taking advantage of that focus, using it against Sterling, perhaps playing a little bit of the proverbial possum outside of the ring was Guile as Sterling attempts to clothesline. Wow, caught! Shadow Realm Boss man slam taking down the big man. Sterling in trouble. Pinfall.
Now, no exaggeration, we have seen plenty of competitors put to rest with that move. The fact that Sterling was able to kick out and kick out firmly, very impressive. But kudos to Guile, keeping his cool, staying on his man. A lot of wrestlers we've seen around these parts would have lost their mind had something with that much impact not gotten it done, but Guile right back to it.
Yeah, Guile seems like a different type. We've probably had a little more experience with him in the past, probably not since the renaissance that he's went through. But Guile now back in control. Sterling having to fight off the big man. And once again, that's what's unique about this matchup. I gotta think for Jake Sterling, not too often he finds himself up against a man as bigger, and of course, in the case of Guile here, it's gotta be the same situation.
Yeah, I'm sure that he's probably gotten into a nice rhythm of how he really comes to a match. Uh-oh.
Pin.
Still just a 2 count. But yeah, I'm sure Sterling comes in with a game plan all the time, but you have to imagine that's got to shift a little bit when suddenly you can look at your opponent right between the eyes instead of eating peanuts off their head because you tower over them.
And now Sterling ducked head first there into the corner, and Guile's taking the time to work on his hair. And you see, I'm not sure our camera's quite picking it up, but what was happening there was the arm around the rope being pulled almost out of socket by Guile. Sterling in a lot of trouble.
Now, we talked about right at the beginning, it's not like either of these guys are vet status by any means, but Guile's got, what, 2-year difference on top of Sterling?
Correct.
So you have to imagine he's going to try to pull everything. Oh, what a spine buster!
Yeah, big spine buster into the pinfall. 2 count only. And just like earlier when we saw that Shadow Realm, how many guys have been spine-bustered by Jake Sterling and lost the oxygen, had the wind knocked out, and we're out for 3?
No kidding. But yeah, if I'm Guile, I'm going into this match thinking back, what were the mistakes I made in my first year? What were my trip-ups? Where was I getting caught off guard? And try to apply that here to Sterling as best as you can.
Guile controlling things. Ooh, beautiful. Wow, they're saying that was a ripcord go to hell.
I'll say those long legs coming into play once again, 2!
Yeah, wow, that was close.
Still just a 2 count. And you mentioned a renaissance with Guile. I think you're absolutely right. Yeah, it's coming off a little cocky, but this kid is so calm, so collected. He was a weird burst of energy previously, and this is another fighter now. Maintaining, staying in control, not letting his cool be lost. Very impressive. Now, can that equate to a victory?
Now we're going to find out here. See Sterling trying to force his way off of the mat, but Guile doing everything he can to keep Sterling down here. You got to think the pain going through the arm of Sterling. We got 2 senior officials tonight, Kai Douglas, all over the action on this one here. Watching to make sure Sterling does not choose to submit. I would be very surprised if Sterling would submit before the arm was ripped out of socket.
I was going to say, Sterling surely shows a lot of toughness, especially going up against somebody like Mike Orlando and still staying involved.
Here comes Jake, pop up. No, great counter by Guile.
I'll say, Sterling, the wind nearly got that. What a boot! Oh my God, what a boot!
And the forearm followed by a release German suplex. Wow! I'm telling you, when dudes this big beat the you-know-what out of each other, really is. It's like watching Godzilla battle King Kong here.
That's what Southern Wrestling's all about, Trevin. We're talking about big boys throwing each other around in the squared circle in front of these fans. This is what it's all about. And we're, like I said before with the last tag match, we're looking at the future.
No, definitely. Future's right here. The sport of professional wrestling is Jake Sterling trying to break that 10 count first to his feet, but Jacob Guile not far behind Sterling. Ooh. What a right hand by Sterling, rocking Guile, but Guile still on his feet. And this time that return fighters rocked Sterling.
Very interesting seeing, I don't know if the cameras caught it, but when Guile returned the blow, he hit with the palm strike, not the fist. That palm strike covered a little more surface area on the face, but look, those right hands out of Sterling, I am shocked that we haven't lost a fang or two in the front row. after some shots like that. Goodness.
Here comes Sterling now. Guile, though, out of the way. Rolling up Sterling, pitfall. Yeah, Sterling saw it, the feet of Guile on the ropes.
Okay, in Guile's defense, if your legs were 45 feet long, sometimes you're going to get tangled up in ropes from time to time, I would imagine.
I dare say that was their burden. You can see now Sterling going after the leg, trying to force the sharpshooter.
Sterling goes, oh, you want to use your legs? Okay, we'll use your legs.
Submission predicament for Jacob Guile as Sterling beating on the knee of Guile. You see Guile trying to get to the ropes, and this is where that height advantage comes in here, and just getting to the ropes is Guile. Sterling holding on. Official literally having to pull off Jake Sterling to break that 5 count. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Aggressive elbows here, catching Guile. And it looks like Sterling's lost it after catching Guile's feet on the ropes.
Well, I was going to say, this is what we talked about right at the beginning. This is rookie behavior. You got to keep your head in the match. You can't get overly emotional. What a running knee strike.
Yeah, or else you get future endeavored. Pinfall. Sterling's victorious.
Here is your winner, Jake Sterling!
You gotta think Jake Sterling has to feel like he's going in the right direction after that big victory against Jacob Guile here tonight. But a heck of a showing by Jacob Guile, getting right up into the face of one of the biggest dudes here in the entire locker room. And there were moments in this matchup where it was almost Guile's, including Guile's feet on the ropes, at which point Jake Sterling snapped. We saw a different side of Jake Sterling.
I was going to say that aggression came out of nowhere. And if he can harness that, he may be unstoppable.